Believe it or not. First legendary explorer Robert Ripley, now Michael Ripley, follows in his footsteps. He and his friends, Samantha and Cyril, circle the globe in search of the strange, the bizarre, the unexplained. Leaving no mystery unresolved, against all odds, they challenge you to...
Believe it or not. The San Francisco Museum is proud to announce a new exhibit called Egyptian Royalty. It will feature artifacts from the Ripley collection, as well as from the London Museum of Man. Now let me turn things over to our London curator, Professor Gramleys.
Thank you. We are pleased to join with the Ripley Foundation in the biggest Egyptian exhibition the world has ever seen.
Well, Rip, it's been a long time. Too bad you haven't progressed beyond chasing mummies.
For making this a unique event that will go down in the annals of music.
You know Michael Ripley?
I took pity on him and let him date me in college, but he just wasn't my equal.
Apparently no one is.
Dr. Anderson, it's Andrew Fisher. Are you there?
Good to hear from you, Andrew. How are things at the Foundation?
Not good. We're concerned about your spending. It's gotten out of hand.
Sorry, but that's what it costs to work with the world's leading biogenetic engineer.
But you spent $20 million to move your lab to Iceland, of all places.
I've told you already. The farther away I am from my thieving competitors, the less chance they have to steal my ideas.
Then how do you explain spending yet another $5 million on some mysterious security system?
This will all be forgotten when I become the first scientist to clone a human being.
I'm sorry, Dr. Anderson, but it's too late. There's been a motion put before the board to cancel your funding.
What? You can't.
We can, and we will.
Fools! How can they be so blind?
Well, I can see how they'd think your move to Iceland was a little crazy.
How many times do I have to tell you never to use that word? I've got to think of a way to change their minds.
The centerpiece of the exhibition will be the rarely seen sarcophagus of Princess Aman-Ra.
That's it. I won't clone just any human being. I'll bring an Egyptian princess back from the dead. Then the entire world will have to recognize my genius!
Professor, I figure if we tilt the princess's sarcophagus at an 80-degree angle, everyone will get a great view of the mummy.
I'm sorry, but the sarcophagus can't be opened. The London Museum doesn't want to expose the mummy to air. It's too fragile.
But she'll be in a climate-controlled display case. You have nothing to worry about.
Sorry, but it's not my decision. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a phone call to make.
Pardon me, ma'am, but the exhibition won't be open to the public for a few weeks.
Mikey? Mikey?
Mikey?
I was in the neighborhood, and I thought I'd drop in. How are you?
Christine? Christine Anderson? I don't believe it. Christine, this is,
Samantha?
Oh, are you two,
No, us.
No. Sam works with me at Biome.
That's mine. Excuse me for a moment. Hello?
Tell the professor the princess is in the building.
Sure, I'll go find her. We'll meet you down at the loading dock. That was Cyril. The shipment from London is here.
This is kind of a bad time, Christine. We're pretty busy right now.
No problem, Mikey. I'll go get Professor Granley's. You two probably want to catch up.
So, how's your therapy going?
Therapy, schmerapy. All those shrinks were clueless. Listen, I've got a favor to ask you. It's about the princess.
Can you open the back of the trailer for me?
No can do. Taking a break. Union rules.
Fine. I can do it myself. Oh.
Come on, Rip. All I need is a lock of hair or a fingernail.
No, I can't let you damage an artifact so that you can play Dr. Frankenstein.
You don't understand. If I pull this off, it's the Nobel Prize for sure.
You haven't changed a bit. Last time I saw you, you were blackmailing a professor for an MIT fellowship. Why are you so obsessed with success?
You say that like it's a bad thing.
I'm sorry, Christine, but I think you should leave now.
Fine. I don't need your help. I work much better alone anyway. Thanks for nothing, Michael.
We gotta put up a sign. No psycho ex-girlfriends allowed.
Your Majesty, welcome to San Francisco. Do you have anything to declare?
Excuse me, but is that the truck carrying the Egyptian princess?
Yes, ma'am, it sure is. That one right there. Just drove it in from the airport myself. Could you spare some change by any chance?
Why, yes, of course. Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
No problem at all. Accidents happen.
Hey, what's going on?
Stop! Come back with my truck!
I'm really looking forward to seeing
That
you.
lady's stealing my truck!
Hey, this isn't funny.
Cyril, where are you? Someone's stealing the truck with the London artifacts.
And they're stealing me with them.
Keep your cell phone on. Then we can trace the signal.
Whoa, hey!
Rip, meet me at the front of the museum. Somebody's making off with the princess and Cyril. Come on, Professor.
Whoa!
We're following the signal from Cyril's cell phone.
Didn't the driver say that a lady was stealing his truck?
And I know exactly who that lady is. It looks like she's headed for the airport. Turn here, we'll take a shortcut.
There it is!
Christine! Pull over! Now!
No one's going to stand in my way of getting the Nobel Prize.
Rip, do all your ex-girlfriends react this way when they see you?
Just my luck to be kidnapped in San Francisco.
As if Rip could stop me. Okay, I want that crate on that plane now. Hurry!
The signal's indicating a plane is taxiing on the runway. We need to call airport security.
No, please don't. No one must know about this.
Professor, we have a major theft on our hands and you want to keep this quiet?
You don't understand. No one must know
Know what?
that the princess's sarcophagus is empty. What?
Cyril, are you all right?
I'm okay, but some woman took the princess. Actually, she sounded like she knew you, Rip.
Her name is Dr. Christine Anderson. She and Rip are old college sweethearts.
The Dr. Anderson? The one that's on the cutting edge of biogenetic engineering?
Well, it looks like she just went over that edge.
We should advise the control tower. They could track the plane and notify the police.
Hold on there, tough guy. The professor doesn't want the police involved, and he's about to tell us why. Aren't you, Professor?
It all started almost 90 years ago with a legendary curse that would plague anyone who might remove the princess from her sarcophagus. When the London Museum sold the princess to an American archaeologist, they made him promise never to remove her from her sarcophagus. But when it looked like the sarcophagus would be held up in customs, he broke that promise by removing the mummy and hiding it under a car that he was shipping to America. It was a fateful decision, because the ship he was sailing on was the Titanic. Afraid the sinking of the Titanic would be blamed on the curse, the museum bought back the sarcophagus and never revealed it was actually empty. If it were exposed now, it would be a terrible scandal for the museum.
And the exhibit. Besides, if Christine thinks I'm going to let her get away with this, then she really is crazy.
I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is I've tracked the cell phone signal to the west coast of Iceland.
And the bad news?
The surrounding area looks almost entirely flat.
So?
So, it's not going to be easy to sneak up there without being seen.
I've got to disagree with you, Sam. You thought sneaking up without being seen was going to be tough? I think it's going to be a cinch. We just have to get to that snowdrift without being spotted. Then we can creep all the way up to the complex. Uh-oh.
Whoa! Quick, let's get you in the jump jet before you freeze. Then you can tell me again how this is going to be a cinch.
But I'm not cold. There's a system of pipes under the ice. That must be what's keeping the water warm.
Cool. The water is warm. And look, you can see this thin ice goes around the whole complex. Try and sneak up and you fall through. Now that's what I call a cool security system.
Sounds kind of paranoid to me.
There must be an intake pipe somewhere.
I hope he's not thinking what I think he's thinking. You think?
The intake pipe will lead us right into the complex.
Wow, can you believe this system? Why would they need security in the middle of nowhere?
This must have cost a fortune.
Yeah, well, Christine never was a cheap date.
I never liked being the first in the pool. Rip, this is your bright idea. Be my guest. Look, there they are.
Cyril!
Where is he?
Cool. Can we go again?
We're gonna need some kind of diversion if we're gonna sneak the sarcophagus away from Christine.
So what's the plan?
I don't know. But I'm sure you'll think of something, Cyril. You always do.
Oh, sure. Like the solution is just gonna jump up and bite me on the... Whoa. Hey! Oops. Great. Now this place is gonna heat up like one big steam bath. Wait a minute. Rewind the tape. One big steam bath? Oh, Cyril, this isn't good.
I can't believe you went in there and just stole the money.
Okay, we're just going to play it cool until Cyril comes up with, whatever he's going to come up with.
Right.
How else was I going to get it? Geez, am I the only one who appreciates my genius? Now, open it up!
No, no! You can't! Stop! That's an irreplaceable artifact!
You just couldn't stay away from me, could you?
So much for playing it cool.
Uh-oh!
Oh, great. Now we're caught. There's no way I'm going to jail for something you did.
Be quiet, you fool. No one's going to jail. Rip wouldn't do that to an old friend, now would you? Relax, Mikey. You can have the sarcophagus back as soon as I get my DNA sample.
You're wasting your time! The sarcophagus is empty.
You're lying!
Here, I'll prove it to you. Voila!
Okay, what gives? What have you done with your precious princess?
She's at the bottom of the ocean.
You would say anything to keep me from the Nobel Prize.
It's over, Christine. The only way you can help yourself is to help me get the sarcophagus back to the museum.
Whoa! What was that? Something tells me I better see what Cyril's up to.
What's happening?
Sam, what's going on?
Whatever Cyril did, it worked a little too well. The ice cap seems to be breaking up.
Fine, Cyril. We gotta get out of here.
Right. Get the sarcophagus and meet us back at Dr. Anderson's plane. I think it may be our only way out of here.
Okay, Sam, hurry.
Cyril! Cyril, are you okay?
Yeah, but I think I may have broken something.
Something. Try everything. Come on, we've got to get out of here.
Get out of the way! way. We're leaving. I don't plan on being lunch for some killer whale.
No way, I'm not leaving without my friends.
Rip! We'll get to the jump jet. Don't worry. Go!
No! Hey!
Let's see. This shouldn't be too hard to figure out.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
Hang on! We're gonna jump the gap.
Wait, we can swim across. The water's warm enough.
Good idea, but you should have thought of it earlier!
We made it! Evil Knievel, eat your heart out!
Evil who?
Years of brilliant research destroyed. And all because you couldn't bend a few rules, Rip. I'll never win the Nobel Prize with do-gooders like you around.
You still don't see how you brought this all on yourself, do you?
When I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. Leaf, what's going on?
What was that?
For some strange reason, the electrical system is going haywire.
Something's wrong with Christine's plane. The radar indicates they're losing altitude and fast.
Air to sea rescue. We've got a possible ocean crash, North Atlantic. Come in.
I can't regain control!
Help me!
I can't hold on! My grip!
Okay, I'm sorry, all right? Now pull me up!
You'll never change, Christine! No!
Hang on! We're going down! I don't get it. We've got power back.
They're gaining altitude.
Rip, are you guys okay? What happened?
We're fine, but we lost the sarcophagus. The weird part was, the second it was gone, everything went back to normal.
Hot off the presses. I just downloaded the latest on our friend Christine. World-renowned scientist sent to jail for theft. While we're on the subject, are there any other ex-girlfriends we should know about?
Very funny. Christine's always been a little eccentric.
Eccentric, more like crazy. Whoa, she's flipped. I mean, totally bonkers.
Okay, I get the idea.
Incoming call.
Anyone home?
Professor, good to hear from you. How's the retrieval of the sarcophagus going?
We've located it, but we decided to leave it on the bottom of the ocean.
But the sarcophagus is a valuable artifact. Why just leave it there?
It's the crew. They refuse to go near it. They say it's the curse. And you won't believe where we found it. Lying next to the wreck of the Titanic.
Of course. We were right over the site when the sarcophagus fell into the ocean.
Now you're going to try to tell me that the sarcophagus was meant to land there?
It looks like the Princess Amon-Ra is finally at rest.
Believe it or not.